Have you ever stopped to wonder how something as humble as garlic, that little bulb that packs a punch in your favorite dishes, makes its way from sprawling fields to the kitchen shelves of stores around the world? Today, we're taking you on a behind-the-scenes tour of one of the most cutting-edge facilities out there, the mind-blowing garlic mega factory. Here, we'll witness firsthand how garlic is mass harvested and processed with precision, passion, and a touch of innovation that truly transforms this everyday ingredient into a kitchen essential. Every great journey begins with a single step, and in our case, it all starts here in these expansive garlic fields. For centuries, garlic has been cherished not only for its bold flavor, but also for its health benefits. And today, thanks to modern technology and a bit of ingenuity, this age-old ingredient is being reimagined in a way you've probably never seen before. At the mind-blowing garlic mega factory, every stage of production is engineered to perfection. From the moment the garlic is harvested to the final packaging, each step is meticulously designed to ensure quality, efficiency, and, believe it or not, a little bit of magic. Let's kick things off with the harvest. Picture this, rows upon rows of garlic, each bulb ready for its moment in the spotlight. But harvesting garlic isn't as simple as plucking it from the ground. It takes state-of-the-art machinery and a whole lot of know-how. Here at the Mega Factory, specialized harvesters do the heavy lifting. These aren't your run-of-the-mill tractors. They're precision machines designed to gently lift entire clusters of garlic out of the soil without damaging those delicate bulbs. It's a symphony of engineering and nature working together. Every machine is fitted with sensors that determine the optimal moment for harvest, a split second when the garlic is at its peak of flavor and nutrition. As these machines glide through the fields, they carefully dislodge the bulbs, ensuring minimal waste and maximum quality. Once harvested, the garlic is swiftly loaded into large, sturdy bins. These bins are then transported directly to our processing facility, ensuring that the garlic is handled quickly and efficiently from field to factory. This speed is crucial as it preserves the freshness and robust character of the garlic. Now, the journey takes an exciting turn as the freshly harvested garlic makes its way into the heart of our operation, the factory floor. This is where the real transformation begins. Once the garlic arrives, it's given a warm welcome at the unloading bay. Here, automated conveyors work in tandem with human oversight to ensure that every bin is emptied and every bulb is accounted for. It's like a high-speed relay race where timing and precision are everything. After unloading, the garlic heads straight into the cleaning zone. Now, this step might seem mundane at first, but it's absolutely essential. Picture the garlic after a long day in the fields. It's covered in soil, bits of plant residue, and sometimes even a stray pebble or two. The cleaning process ensures that every bulb is spotless and ready for its next transformation. High-pressure water jets and rotating brushes work in perfect harmony to wash away any impurities. And here's the really cool part. The water is recycled and filtered through advanced systems to ensure environmental sustainability. It's a win-win for quality and our planet. With the garlic sparkling clean, it's time for one of the most critical stages, sorting and quality control. Imagine a giant high-tech assembly line where every bulb is given the attention it deserves. Here, a combination of advanced optical scanners and skilled technicians scrutinizes every single garlic bulb. The scanners are calibrated to measure size, shape, and even color consistency. Any bulb that deviates from the set standard is gently separated out. After all, we want nothing but the best to continue on the production line. This isn't just about aesthetics. It's about ensuring that every garlic product maintains the integrity, flavor, and nutritional benefits that you expect. Only the finest bulbs make it to the next stage, where the magic of processing begins. Now we're at the heart of the operation, processing. This is where the humble garlic bulb undergoes a series of transformations that prepare it for its final role in kitchens around the world. First up is peeling. Instead of peeling each bulb by hand, which would be incredibly time-consuming, we've got machines that can peel hundreds of bulbs per hour. These mechanical peelers use a combination of gentle abrasion and airflow to remove the outer layers of each garlic bulb, leaving behind the perfectly intact cloves that we all love. Once peeled, the garlic enters the chopping and slicing section. Here, Precision cutting machines dice and slice the garlic into various forms, whether it's minced for a robust garlic paste or thinly sliced for an aromatic garnish. The machines are programmed to handle each format with surgical precision, and because every slice is made with exacting care, the flavor and aroma are locked in perfectly. Some of the garlic even undergoes further processing, like being turned into a rich, flavorful paste. In these vats, garlic is blended with just the right amount of oil and spices to create a condiment that's both versatile and bursting with character. It's a process that marries tradition with modern innovation, ensuring that every batch is consistent in taste and texture. It's truly fascinating to watch. From the raw, earthy bulb to the finely processed product, every step is a blend of art and science. And while it might seem like just another part of the production line, the careful choreography of these machines ensures that every piece of garlic is a testament to quality and innovation. With the processing complete, the garlic now faces its final challenge: packaging. This is where the product is prepared for its journey to your local store, ensuring that it arrives fresh, flavorful, and ready to inspire your next meal. In our packaging area, every garlic product is carefully wrapped and sealed. Automated machines handle the heavy lifting here, filling boxes and jars with precision. What's impressive is that these systems aren't just about speed. They're designed to preserve the freshness of the garlic. Special atmospheres, controlled humidity, and even a touch of nitrogen ensure that each package maintains its peak flavor and aroma until it reaches your kitchen. Labels are applied with care not only to provide information about the product, but also to tell a story. Each package is a small ambassador of our commitment to quality and innovation. It's a story that starts in the fields and ends in your home, where garlic becomes the star of your culinary creations. Before anything leaves the factory, it undergoes one final round of quality assurance. Technicians and automated systems work side by side to inspect every package. They're checking for consistency in weight, the integrity of the packaging, and even the tiny details on the label. It's this unwavering attention to detail that guarantees the garlic you buy meets the highest standards every single time. What sets our facility apart is our passion for garlic. We're not just processing food, we're transforming it into something that brings people together. Every day, our team is dedicated to perfecting the process so that every bulb that leaves our factory is a symbol of excellence. It's amazing to see technology and tradition blend here. While our machines handle the heavy work, it's the human touch that truly refines our process. From calibration to quality checks, every step is a collaboration between man and machine. Quality isn't an afterthought, it's the very core of what we do. We believe that every garlic bulb should tell a story of care, precision, and a relentless pursuit of perfection. That's what drives us, day in and day out. These stories and personal touches are what make the mind-blowing garlic mega factory more than just a production line. It's a place where tradition meets modernity, where every innovation is designed with one goal in mind: delivering the finest garlic to kitchens everywhere. After an intensive journey through harvesting, cleaning, processing, and packaging, our garlic is now ready to hit the road. Every package that leaves the factory carries with it a legacy of quality, innovation, and a commitment to making your meals a little bit more extraordinary. Imagine the burst of flavor as that finely processed garlic meets the heat of your favorite dish. Whether it's added to a hearty stew, blended into a vibrant sauce, or simply roasted to perfection, this is garlic reimagined, a culinary superstar that enhances every bite. It all started in the fields, was nurtured by cutting-edge technology, and finished with a touch of human passion. And now it's ready to elevate your cooking to a whole new level. It's not just garlic, it's the story of a process that marries nature, science, and a relentless drive for perfection. As we wrap up our tour of the mind-blowing garlic mega factory, I hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most fascinating processes in food production. What began as a simple bulb grown in rich soil has been transformed through a journey of innovation, dedication, and a little bit of magic. This factory isn't just about mass production. It's about celebrating the humble garlic and all the possibilities it brings to our tables, from field to factory, and finally to your plate. Every step is a testament to quality and creativity. So the next time you add garlic to your dish, remember the incredible journey behind it and the countless hands and machines that help shape it into the culinary hero it is today.
Imagine this. You're sitting on a sunny morning with a chill glass of apple juice in hand. It tastes fresh, sweet, and tangy. But have you ever wondered what went into making that refreshing drink? That simple sip comes from an extraordinary journey involving lush orchards, state-of-the-art factories, and meticulous processes. Apple juice isn't just a beverage. It's the result of years of farming expertise and cutting-edge technology. Today, we're taking you behind the scenes to uncover how apple juice is made, starting from the farm to the factory, and finally to your fridge. Stick around because what you're about to see will change how you think about your favorite drink. Apple juice has been enjoyed for centuries. The first recorded evidence of apple cultivation dates back to ancient Kazakhstan, where wild apples grew in abundance. Fast forward to the colonial era in the United States. Apples became a staple crop for settlers, who used them to make cider and juice. By the 20th century, advancements in food processing allowed for large-scale production of apple juice, making it a household favorite across America. Today, the US is one of the top apple producers globally, with states like Washington, New York, and Michigan leading the charge. Let's start where every bottle of apple juice begins: the orchard. Apple trees require specific conditions to thrive: well-drained soil, plenty of sunlight, and moderate temperatures. Farmers in the US carefully choose varieties like Fuji, Gala, and Granny Smith for their distinct flavors and juicing qualities. Orchard care and growing apples. Farmers plant apple trees in neatly spaced rows, allowing maximum sunlight exposure. It takes about 5 years for a tree to mature enough to bear fruit. During this time, the trees are pruned, watered, and protected from pests using sustainable farming practices. Advanced irrigation systems ensure that trees get just the right amount of water. Harvesting the apples. When harvest season arrives in late summer to early fall, apples are picked at their peak ripeness. Modern mechanical harvesters gently shake the trees, causing ripe apples to fall onto cushioned mats. Hand picking is still common for high-quality apples, ensuring minimal bruising. Once collected, the apples are sorted, cleaned, and packed for transportation to the factory. To preserve their quality, apples are transported in climate-controlled trucks. Time is of the essence. Freshly harvested apples must reach the factory quickly to ensure their flavor and nutrients remain intact. Factories often work directly with local orchards to minimize transportation time, reducing the carbon footprint and ensuring freshness. Once the apples arrive at the factory, the transformation begins. The first step is cleaning and sorting. Apples are unloaded onto large conveyor belts, where they are sprayed with high-pressure water jets to remove dirt, leaves, and any other debris. Sorting with technology. Here's where modern machinery takes over. Advanced AI-powered sorting machines scan the apples to identify imperfections. Apples that are too bruised or rotten are removed, while the rest move on to the next stage. This ensures that only the best apples make it into your juice. After sorting, the apples are sent to the crushing zone. Large industrial crushers break the apples into smaller pieces, creating a pulp. This pulp is then transferred to hydraulic presses that squeeze out the juice. The pressing process is designed to extract the maximum amount of juice while leaving behind a dry pomace, maximizing juice yield. Factories use advanced pressing techniques to ensure minimal waste. The pomace, or leftover apple solids, isn't discarded. It's often repurposed as animal feed or compost, making the process sustainable. Filtration for clarity. The freshly extracted juice undergoes filtration to remove any remaining pulp and impurities. Depending on the desired product, the juice can either remain cloudy or be filtered for a clear appearance. Pasteurization for safety. Next comes pasteurization, a crucial step to ensure the juice is safe to drink. The juice is heated to a specific temperature to kill harmful bacteria without affecting its flavor. Factories use high-speed pasteurization methods to maintain the juice's freshness. Apple juice isn't just juice, it's a carefully crafted blend. Technicians combine juice from different apple varieties to achieve a consistent flavor profile. For example, tart Granny Smith juice might be blended with sweeter Fuji juice for a perfectly balanced taste. Quality testing. Before the juice moves to packaging, it undergoes rigorous quality checks. Lab technicians test for sugar content, acidity, and taste to ensure the product meets industry standards. Bottling the juice. The juice flows into automated bottling machines, where it is poured into bottles or cartons at lightning speed. These machines also seal and label the bottles, ensuring they're ready for distribution. Types of packaging. Factories offer a range of packaging options, from glass bottles for premium juices to eco-friendly cartons for everyday use. Each type is designed to preserve the juice's flavor and freshness. Once packaged, the apple juice is loaded onto refrigerated trucks and shipped to retailers across the country. Distribution networks ensure that juice reaches stores quickly, maintaining its freshness. Many apple juice factories are committed to sustainability. Leftover apple solids are recycled as animal feed or compost. Factories also use energy-efficient equipment to reduce their environmental impact. By adopting these practices, they contribute to a greener future while keeping production costs low. Did you know it takes about 3 medium-sized apples to make 1 cup of juice? Apple juice is the second most popular fruit juice in the US, just behind orange juice. The antioxidants in apple juice make it a heart-healthy choice for many Americans. And there you have it. The incredible journey of apple juice, from the sun-kissed orchards of America to the advanced machinery of factories, and finally to your glass. The next time you enjoy a sip, remember the farmers, workers, and technology that made it possible.
Imagine this. You're in your kitchen, popping open a can of those perfectly round, golden pineapple rings. The sweet tropical aroma hits you instantly. It's like summer in a can, ready to top off your ham, go into your fruit salad, or brighten up a pineapple upside-down cake. But wait, how did that rough, spiky fruit make its way into a neat, shiny can sitting on your grocery store shelf? From sprawling farms to high-tech factories, today we're diving deep into the fascinating journey of how canned pineapples are made. Stick around because this process is way cooler than you think, and you might just appreciate your next can a little more. Before we get into it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. It helps us keep creating these in-depth videos for you. Let's rewind the clock a bit. Pineapples weren't always so accessible in America. They're native to South America, where indigenous communities first cultivated them. The fruit was later brought to Europe by Christopher Columbus in the late 15th century, and it quickly became a symbol of luxury and hospitality. Fast forward to the early 20th century, and Hawaii became the pineapple capital of the world. Visionaries like James Dole, ever heard of Dole pineapples? Yeah, that guy, built the pineapple industry in Hawaii and made canned pineapple a household staple. It was all about convenience and accessibility. Instead of slicing and dicing a spiky fruit, you could open a can and boom, instant tropical sweetness. Canned pineapple became especially popular in the U.S. after World War II, when factories perfected the process, making it faster, cheaper, and more efficient. Today, the demand for canned pineapple has led to modern farming and food processing technology that's nothing short of amazing. Now, let's get our hands a little dirty. Pineapples are unique because they don't grow on trees. Nope, they grow from short, spiky plants close to the ground. Farmers primarily use something called crown propagation to plant pineapples. Basically, they take the leafy top, the crown, of an existing pineapple, plant it in well-drained, nutrient-rich soil, and give it plenty of sun and love. Here's the kicker. Pineapples are slow growers. From planting to harvesting, it can take 18 to 24 months for a pineapple to reach full ripeness. That's a long wait, huh? During this time, farmers keep a close eye on the plants, making sure they get enough water and stay free of pests or disease. Most of the pineapples processed into cans in U.S. factories come from tropical climates like Hawaii, Costa Rica, or the Philippines. These regions offer the perfect combination of warm weather, sunshine, and rainfall. Once the fruit is ripe, and trust me, timing is everything here, it's ready to be harvested. Harvesting pineapples is no easy task. Farmers and workers wearing protective gear carefully cut each pineapple using sharp tools. Why protective gear? Well, pineapple plants are covered in spikes that can really do some damage. Workers inspect each fruit for ripeness, looking for that golden yellow color that signals perfection. The goal here is to pick pineapples at the peak of their ripeness, because once they're off the plant, they stop ripening. There's no room for error. This fruit has to be perfect when it heads to the processing factory. Once harvested, pineapples are loaded onto trucks and transported quickly to nearby food processing factories. The clock is ticking here. The faster the fruit is processed, the fresher and sweeter it tastes in the can. At the factory, the real magic begins. The pineapples arrive in bulk. We're talking truckloads. And the first step is sorting. Conveyor belts carry the fruit into the facility, where workers and machines inspect them for size, ripeness, and any visible damage. This is where amazing food processing technology comes into play. Modern sorting machines use cameras and sensors to detect imperfections. Any fruit that doesn't meet the standard? It gets sent for other uses, like juice or animal feed. Nothing goes to waste. Once sorted, the pineapples head into the washing zone. Here, they're thoroughly cleaned with fresh water and food-safe sanitizers to remove any dirt, dust, or debris. The washing process uses high-pressure sprays and gentle brushes to ensure the fruit is spotless. Why is this step important? Well, hygiene is everything in food factories, and clean fruit means safer products for consumers. Machines core the pineapples, removing the tough, fibrous center. What's left? A beautiful, juicy cylinder of pineapple goodness. From here, the pineapple cylinders are sliced into the shapes we know and love, rings, chunks, or tidbits. Cutting blades work with pinpoint precision, ensuring every piece is uniform. That's why every can of pineapple rings looks picture perfect. After slicing, the pineapple pieces go through another round of quality control. Workers and machines inspect the fruit to ensure there are no bruises, blemishes, or uneven slices. Anything less than perfect is removed. This level of quality control ensures that every can of pineapple meets the high standards U.S. consumers expect. Here's where the magic syrup comes in. Most canned pineapples are packed in either light syrup, a mix of sugar and water, or natural pineapple juice. Factories mix and heat the syrup to just the right consistency, ensuring it complements the sweetness of the fruit. For health-conscious folks, some brands now offer pineapples in 100% juice, no added sugar, just natural goodness. Now we're on the canning line, the heart of the factory. Pineapple pieces are carefully placed into sterilized cans, and the syrup or juice is poured in. Automated machines ensure every can is filled with precision, no more, no less. Once filled, the cans are sealed airtight using high-speed machinery. This step is crucial because it creates a vacuum inside the can, preventing spoilage. Next, the sealed cans go through pasteurization. They're heated to high temperatures under pressure to kill any remaining bacteria or microbes. This ensures the product is shelf-stable and safe to eat for months or even years. After pasteurization, the cans are cooled, dried, and sent to the labeling line. Labels are applied automatically, featuring everything from the brand logo to nutritional facts. Finally, the cans are packed into boxes, loaded onto pallets, and prepared for distribution. From here, they're shipped to grocery stores across America, ready to land in your pantry. The next time you open a can of pineapple, think about the journey it took, from tropical farms to modern food processing factories to your local grocery store. It's a fascinating mix of nature, technology, and human effort. The industry faces challenges like sustainability, climate change, and consumer demand for healthier options. Factories are innovating with AI-driven food processing equipment and greener practices to reduce waste and energy consumption. And there you have it, the full journey of how canned pineapples are made. From sun-drenched farms to high-tech factories, it's a process that combines the best of nature and modern technology. The next time you bite into a sweet, juicy pineapple ring, you'll know just how much work went into getting it there. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what food process you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Imagine biting into a crisp, chocolate-covered wafer bar, the perfect harmony of crunch and creaminess in every bite. Now, what if I told you that every Kit Kat bar you enjoy is a product of meticulous planning, cutting-edge technology, and a fascinating global effort? Kit Kat isn't just a treat, it's a marvel of modern food production. In today's video, we'll uncover the secrets behind how Kit Kat is made in a factory using the most advanced technologies, starting from its humble beginnings in cocoa farms to the carefully calibrated machines that craft each bar to perfection. Stick around, it's going to be a sweet ride. The Kit Kat story begins in York, England in 1935, when Rowntree's introduced the world to Rowntree's Chocolate Crisp. The name Kit Kat was officially adopted in 1937. During World War II, the bar became a staple snack for soldiers, thanks to its high energy content and portability. Fast forward to today, Kit Kat is manufactured globally by Nestlé, except in the US, where Hershey handles production. The slogan, "Have a break, have a Kit Kat," has become a cultural touchstone, emphasizing its role as a moment of indulgence amidst a busy day. Kit Kat's journey begins in the tropical regions of West Africa, home to some of the world's finest cocoa beans. Nestlé sources its cocoa through the Nestlé Cocoa Plan, ensuring sustainable and ethical practices. Farmers carefully harvest ripe cocoa pods, splitting them open to extract the beans. These beans undergo fermentation, a natural process that enhances their flavor profile before being sun-dried to perfection. Once ready, the beans are transported to processing facilities where they're roasted and transformed into cocoa mass, the base for Kit Kat's smooth milk chocolate. High-quality milk is integral to Kit Kat's creamy chocolate coating. Dairy farms in regions like the US Midwest or European Alps supply fresh milk that's processed under stringent quality standards. The milk is pasteurized and condensed to achieve the rich, creamy consistency essential for chocolate production. The light, crispy wafers that define Kit Kat are crafted from wheat flour. This flour comes from sustainably grown wheat, primarily sourced from North America and Europe. Farmers use precision farming techniques to ensure high yields while minimizing environmental impact. Sugar is a key ingredient in Kit Kat, adding sweetness to both the chocolate and the wafers. Nestlé uses a mix of beet sugar and cane sugar, sourced from farms that practice sustainable agriculture. The sugar undergoes refining processes to remove impurities, resulting in a pure, crystalline product. The wafer starts as a simple dough made from wheat flour, water, sugar, and a leavening agent. Advanced mixing machines ensure that the dough achieves a smooth, consistent texture. This step is crucial for creating the thin, crispy layers Kit Kat is known for. The dough is spread onto large baking plates and fed into conveyor belt ovens. These ovens are meticulously calibrated to maintain an even temperature, ensuring the wafers are uniformly baked to a light golden brown. The aroma of freshly baked wafers fills the factory, a sensory reminder of the magic being crafted. After baking, the wafer sheets are cooled on industrial racks to prevent them from becoming brittle. Once cooled, automated cutters slice the wafers into uniform segments. These segments will later be layered to form the core of the Kit Kat bar. The factory receives cocoa beans that have been fermented and dried. These beans are roasted to develop their rich, chocolatey flavor. The roasting process is precise, with temperatures and durations tailored to each batch to achieve the desired flavor intensity. The roasted beans are cracked open, and the nibs, the edible part of the bean, are ground into a thick, liquid cocoa mass. This mass is combined with sugar, milk, and cocoa butter in large mixing vats. The resulting chocolate mixture is both rich in flavor and velvety in texture. Conching is a refining process where the chocolate mixture is continuously mixed for hours to enhance its flavor and texture. During this process, the chocolate achieves its signature smoothness and loses any bitter notes. Tempering is the final step in chocolate preparation. This process involves heating and cooling the chocolate to precise temperatures, ensuring it solidifies with a glossy finish and a satisfying snap. Tempering also prevents the chocolate from developing a dull, grayish appearance over time. The wafer segments are layered with a thin coating of chocolate to create a sturdy yet light structure. This layering process is performed with high-speed machinery that ensures precision and consistency. Once layered, the wafer sheets are cut into the iconic fingers that make up a Kit Kat bar. Advanced sensors guide the cutting process to ensure uniformity across thousands of bars. The cut wafer fingers pass through a curtain of liquid chocolate in a process known as enrobing. This step ensures that each bar is fully coated with chocolate, creating the smooth outer shell that defines Kit Kat. Every Kit Kat bar undergoes rigorous quality checks. Cameras and sensors detect defects such as uneven coating, air bubbles, or incorrect dimensions. Bars that don't meet quality standards are removed from the production line. The enrobed bars are sent to cooling chambers, where they're solidified under controlled conditions. This step ensures the chocolate retains its glossy finish and structural integrity. Once cooled, the bars are wrapped in Kit Kat's signature red and white packaging. The wrapping machines are designed to work at lightning speed, wrapping hundreds of bars per minute while ensuring each package is airtight to preserve freshness. Wrap bars are grouped into boxes, which are then stacked onto pallets for transport. Automated palletizers arrange the boxes efficiently, readying them for shipment to distribution centers. Kit Kat bars are transported via a sophisticated logistics network. Refrigerated trucks ensure the chocolate doesn't melt during transit, maintaining its quality until it reaches store shelves. At retail locations, the bars are displayed in prominent positions, often near checkout counters, making them irresistible to consumers. Nestlé is committed to making Kit Kat carbon neutral by 2025. This involves reducing emissions across its supply chain, using renewable energy in factories, and supporting reforestation projects. Through initiatives like the Nestlé Cocoa Plan, the company also invests in cocoa farming communities, providing resources and education to improve livelihoods. And there you have it, the incredible journey of a Kit Kat bar, from cocoa farms to your fingertips. Each bar is a testament to the harmony of tradition and technology, bringing joy to millions worldwide. Next time you snap into a Kit Kat, you'll know the care and innovation that went into creating it. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Kit Kat, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment sharing your favorite Kit Kat memory, and subscribe for more sweet insights. Interesting show.
A vast humming factory floor where gleaming pipelines snake through stainless steel corridors, ferrying what was once considered a throwaway liquid. In a captivating twist of science and innovation, that leftover fluid transforms into one of the most sought-after nutritional powerhouses in the world, whey protein. How does raw milk from grazing cows end up as a finely milled powder fueling gym enthusiasts? hospital nutrition programs, and food manufacturers alike. Strap in and prepare to explore a behind-the-scenes journey that marries milk processing precision with food safety rigor, delivering the muscle-building, appetite-curbing magic known as bulk whey protein. This is where high-tech engineering collides with the simple elegance of dairy, revealing the remarkable process that turns an everyday byproduct into a global sensation. 1. From cows to collectors. The milk supply chain. Everything starts on dairy farms, where cows produce fresh milk that's collected in stainless steel vessels. This raw milk is chilled promptly to preserve milk quality and then transported in insulated tanker trucks to processing facilities. The concept of a milk supply chain is trending because so many industries, from cheesemakers to protein manufacturers, rely on a steady flow of uncontaminated milk. Upon arrival at the plant, the milk undergoes rigorous food safety tests, checking for bacterial counts, antibiotic residues, and protein fat ratios. Only when the milk passes these quality checks is it pumped into large refrigerated silos. Tight temperature control at every point not only ensures the highest standard of milk safety, but also sets the stage for consistent whey protein production. 2. Filtration and clarification. The first refinement. Before the milk can be turned into whey protein, it must be free of debris and impurities. Factories use high-tech equipment for milk filtration and milk clarification, spinning or straining the milk at high speeds to separate out particulate matter. This process is akin to polishing the milk so it meets strict standards for purity. At the same time, milk standardization often occurs. This step adjusts protein and fat ratios by blending milk from different sources or removing excess cream. Maintaining consistent protein levels is critical later on when the factory separates casein from whey. The end result is a standardized, clarified milk ready for the cheese-making or enzymatic processes that will yield whey. 3. Curdling and separation. Where whey comes from. Whey is a byproduct of cheese or casein production. In many commercial settings, cheese makers add specific enzymes, such as rennet, or acidify the milk to form curds, milk solids, and liquid whey. Because most of the fat and casein go into the curds, the leftover liquid is whey, naturally lower in fat and higher in certain proteins, like beta-lactoglobulin and alpha-lactalbumin. This liquid whey was once considered a waste product, surprising given how whey protein is now a multi-million-dollar industry. Today, factories capturing large volumes of whey rely on specialized pipelines and holding tanks to prevent contamination. As soon as the curds and whey separate, the whey is siphoned off for further processing. 4. Pasteurization. Safety first. Just like the milk we drink, raw whey must be pasteurized to eliminate harmful bacteria. Trending searches such as milk pasteurization and milk safety apply here as well. During this step, the whey is heated to specific temperatures, often between 72 degrees Celsius and 80 degrees Celsius, 161 degrees Fahrenheit to 176 degrees Fahrenheit, for a short period. This kills pathogens without compromising the whey's nutritional quality. Some processors choose high-temperature short-time HTST pasteurization, while others prefer ultra-high temperature UHT methods. Either way, food safety is paramount. After heating, the whey is rapidly cooled to preserve flavor, protein integrity, and milk quality. Well, in this case, whey quality. 5. Ultrafiltration and microfiltration, concentrating the proteins. Now comes the real heart of whey protein production, filtration to concentrate proteins. While milk filtration typically removes debris, ultrafiltration and microfiltration specifically separate protein from lactose, minerals, and water. These processes rely on membranes with ultra-fine pores sized to capture larger molecules like protein while allowing smaller molecules, for example lactose, to pass through. Ultrafiltration, UF, often used for creating whey protein concentrate, WPC. It filters out a portion of lactose and minerals, increasing the protein percentage to anywhere between 35% and 80%, depending on the processing level. Microfiltration, MF, typically yields a higher protein concentration and can remove more fat and other solids, sometimes used for specialized whey protein isolate, WPI. These advanced techniques are trending on YouTube and Google as consumers become more interested in how their supplements are made. After this stage, the liquid whey becomes a thicker concentrate that still contains water. 6. Evaporation, reducing moisture. Factories often send the concentrated whey to an evaporation unit, similar to those used for making condensed dairy products. By using vacuum conditions, the water in the whey concentrate can be removed at lower temperatures, preserving protein integrity. This step further reduces the water content, setting the stage for a final transformation into powder. During evaporation, efficiency is key. Many plants use multiple effect evaporators, reusing steam from one stage to heat the next. This approach aligns with growing concerns over milk sustainability and energy conservation in the dairy sector. Modern sensors and automated controls help optimize temperature, flow rate, and vacuum pressure, ensuring that protein quality stays intact. 7. Spray drying, turning liquid whey into powder. To achieve the familiar powder form of whey protein, most factories rely on spray drying, a technology also popular in the production of coffee, powdered eggs, and infant formula. During spray drying, the concentrated whey is sprayed into a large, hot chamber. Tiny droplets encounter hot, filtered air, causing rapid evaporation of any remaining water. Trending searches for milk spray drying reflect consumer curiosity about how powders from milk to protein supplements are created. The result here is a fine powder of whey protein that flows easily and has a long shelf life, crucial for bulk storage and subsequent shipping. Spray dryers typically incorporate cyclones or bag filters to capture any dust, ensuring minimal product loss and a safe working environment. 8. Cooling and instantizing. Immediately after spray drying, the freshly created whey protein powder is hot and can be somewhat clumpy. Factories often cool it in fluidized bed systems or cooling tunnels designed to maintain precise temperature and humidity levels. Controlling crystallization and particle size here makes the powder more soluble, especially important for instantized whey proteins that dissolve quickly in water or milk. Instantizing often involves adding a small amount of lecithin from soy or sunflower to the particles, making them disperse more readily. This step is key for end users who want to stir or shake a scoop of whey protein into a beverage without lumps. As interest in milk-based recipes grows, so does the need for easy-to-mix protein powders used in smoothies, baked goods, and nutritional supplements. 9. Formulation, WPC, WPI, and more. Not all whey protein is the same. After drying, producers may blend different batches to achieve a desired protein percentage, commonly sold as whey protein concentrate, WPC, usually 70% to 80% protein, containing more lactose and fat. Whey protein isolate, WPI, typically 90% or higher protein, with most lactose and fat removed. Hydrolyzed whey. Proteins are partially broken down into peptides, making absorption faster. These variations address different nutritional needs and market demands. Whether a factory focuses on sports nutrition, infant formula, or specialized medical diets, milk fractionation and precise blending are crucial to meeting stringent specifications. 10. Quality control, testing for purity and safety. Throughout production, food safety remains paramount. Whey protein powders undergo multiple lab tests to confirm protein percentage, lactose content, microbial counts, and absence of pathogens. Factories adhere to good manufacturing practices, GMP, and often implement hazard analysis and critical control points, JCCP plans, mirroring the checks used in milk safety protocols. Quality control analysts use sophisticated techniques like high-performance liquid chromatography, HPLC, to verify protein composition. Some tests also check for heavy metals or contaminants. Since milk distribution and global shipping can take these products far and wide, ensuring consistent milk, whey quality, protects both consumers and a manufacturer's reputation. 11. Bulk packaging, drums, totes, and more. After passing all tests, bulk whey protein heads to packaging. Instead of small 1-pound tubs you see on store shelves, factories fill large drums, super sacks, FIBCs, or other industrial-sized containers. The choice depends on the customer, whether they're a supplement brand, a food company making protein-fortified snacks, or a global distributor shipping to multiple regions. Drums, often 50 to 200 liters, sturdy and sealed for cleanliness. Flexible intermediate bulk containers, FIBCs or super sacks, can hold up to 1,000 kilograms. Silo storage. In some massive operations, whey protein powder is stored temporarily in silos before final packaging. Proper sealing, labeling, and traceability are essential parts of food safety compliance. Many companies print QR codes on containers for instant scanning, tying each batch to its lab results and manufacturing date. 12. Distribution, navigating the global market. Next comes milk distribution in the form of whey powder, though it's no longer a liquid product. The global appetite for whey protein has soared in recent years, thanks to fitness trends, rising milk consumption in developing regions, and the integration of protein powders into everything from cereals to snack bars. Logistics planners arrange for temperature-controlled shipping in some cases and track humidity to avoid clumping. Major players in sports nutrition, infant formula, and processed foods rely on timely deliveries of bulk whey protein. Some countries have strict import regulations requiring documentation of origin and food safety compliance. Managing these complexities is integral to a smooth supply chain, making whey protein a truly global commodity. 13. Innovations and sustainability in whey protein production. The production of whey protein is constantly evolving, mirroring advancements seen in other areas of milk processing. As environmental concerns mount, factories seek to reduce water usage, improve energy efficiency, and recycle packaging materials. The days of discarding whey as waste are long gone. In fact, reusing and valorizing all dairy streams underscores how milk sustainability can make a major impact. On the technology front, new filtration membranes are emerging to increase throughput while retaining higher quality proteins. Some plants harness smart factory automation, employing real-time sensors and AI-driven analytics to optimize yield. By minimizing manual errors and streamlining processes, these innovations both drive down costs and maintain product integrity, meeting consumer demand for transparent, eco-friendly manufacturing. 14. Use cases, sports nutrition, food manufacturing, and beyond. Why is bulk whey protein so valuable? It's an extremely versatile ingredient. Sports nutrition, gyms and supplement brands fuel their products with high protein powders for muscle recovery and growth. Food manufacturing, baked goods, yogurts, ice creams, and cereals increasingly incorporate whey protein to boost nutritional profiles and enrich texture. Infant formula. Whey is a key ingredient for some infant formulas, mimicking the whey-to-casein ratio of breast milk. Clinical nutrition. Hospitals use specialized blends for patients needing easily digestible protein. As discussions around milk-based recipes trend online, more home cooks and food innovators discover ways to integrate whey protein into dishes beyond simple shakes. Everything from protein pancakes to high-protein pasta lines supermarket shelves, highlighting just how mainstream whey has become. 15. The power of whey protein. From raw milk arriving at the factory to the final scoop in your protein shaker, bulk whey protein production is a fine-tuned journey of milk processing engineering, food safety diligence, and innovation. Each step, milk filtration, pasteurization, cheese separation, ultrafiltration, spray drying, and packaging, ensures a safe, high-quality product that meets global demand. In an era when high-protein foods reign supreme and the search for milk sustainability intensifies, whey protein stands out as a prime example of an industry repurposing a once overlooked byproduct. Technological advancements, global distribution networks, and consumer interest in fitness and wellness all fuel the evolution of whey protein manufacturing. Next time you enjoy a protein smoothie or see a label reading whey protein concentrate on your snack bar, remember, there's an intricate chain of events, starting with fresh milk on the farm, behind that final product. The result is a testament to how the modern milk supply chain and cutting-edge dairy science continue to shape our diets, one scoop of high-quality whey protein at a time. Imagine biting into that perfect combination of crunchy chocolate biscuits and creamy filling. The unmistakable Oreo. Did you know that over 40 billion Oreos are made every year? That's more than 1 million Oreos every hour. But how are they made with such precision and consistency in massive quantities? Today, we're taking you behind the scenes to uncover the fascinating process that brings these beloved cookies to life. From sourcing ingredients to the final packaging, the journey of an Oreo is nothing short of incredible. Stick around to find out how AI and cutting-edge machinery make this all possible. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating insights into the food processing world. History of Oreos. Let's rewind to 1912, the year the Oreo cookie was born. Developed by the National Biscuit Company, now known as Nabisco, Oreos were designed to outshine their rival, the Hydrox cookie. Who would have thought that this humble biscuit would become the best-selling cookie in the world? Over the years, Oreo's simple recipe of chocolate biscuits and a creamy center evolved into a global sensation, with flavors ranging from mint to birthday cake. Oreos have become so iconic that they even have their own day, March 6th, National Oreo Day. Now, let's dive into how these legendary cookies are made. Ingredients: flour, sugar, cocoa powder, palm oil, and vanilla extract are the stars of this show. The flour is sourced from high-quality wheat farms, primarily in the US and Canada. Cocoa powder, which gives the biscuits their rich chocolate flavor, is often sourced from West Africa, while the vanilla comes from Madagascar, known for producing the finest vanilla in the world. Each ingredient undergoes rigorous quality checks before it even enters the factory to ensure it meets Nabisco's high standards. But sourcing is only the first step. Oreos owe their unique taste to precise ingredient proportions, perfected over decades. Sugar, for example, isn't just sweet. It also balances the bitter notes of cocoa and enhances the overall texture of the biscuit. Palm oil ensures the cream filling remains soft and spreadable even after weeks on the shelf. All these ingredients arrive at the factory in bulk shipments, where they are stored in climate-controlled environments to maintain their freshness. Initial mixing process. Once the ingredients arrive, they are sent to industrial-sized mixers. Imagine a giant stand mixer that can hold hundreds of pounds of ingredients at a time. Here, the flour, cocoa, sugar, and other components are blended together to create a uniform dough. This step is crucial because any inconsistency in the dough could affect the texture and flavor of the final product. To achieve this, factories use cutting-edge machinery equipped with sensors that monitor temperature, moisture, and consistency. The dough undergoes a series of automated kneading and blending cycles, ensuring it's smooth and pliable. Quality control specialists frequently test small batches to confirm the dough meets Oreo's strict standards. Only then is it sent to the next stage. Shaping the biscuits. After mixing, the dough heads to the sheeting machine. This incredible machine rolls the dough into thin sheets with the perfect thickness for Oreo biscuits. Next comes the stamping process, where cookie cutters with the iconic Oreo pattern punch out circular biscuits. Fun fact, every Oreo biscuit has 90 ridges around its edge. Any excess dough is collected, recycled, and sent back into the mixer, ensuring no waste. During the shaping process, precision is key. Advanced stamping machines are calibrated to ensure every biscuit is identical, down to the smallest detail. These machines can produce thousands of biscuits per minute, keeping up with the high demand for Oreos worldwide. Workers and AI-driven systems continuously monitor the operation, making adjustments as needed. Once stamped, the biscuits are loaded onto a conveyor belt and sent through an industrial oven. These ovens are designed to bake thousands of biscuits simultaneously at precise temperatures. The heat is carefully monitored to ensure the biscuits come out evenly baked with just the right amount of crunch. After baking, the biscuits are cooled on another conveyor to prepare them for the next step. The baking process is a marvel of engineering. Each oven is equipped with multiple zones, allowing for gradual temperature changes that ensure the biscuits are baked to perfection. The initial high heat sets the biscuit shape, while lower temperatures later in the process ensure even cooking. After emerging from the ovens, the biscuits pass through cooling tunnels, where fans and air conditioning rapidly bring them to room temperature. Cream filling process. Here's where the magic happens, the cream filling. The cream, made from a mix of sugar, palm oil, and vanilla flavoring, is prepared in large vats. It's then piped onto one biscuit at an astonishing speed of hundreds per minute. A second biscuit is placed on top, completing the sandwich. The alignment is so precise that the biscuits and cream appear perfectly symmetrical, no matter how many Oreos are produced. This process uses specialized machinery known as sandwiching machines, capable of assembling thousands of Oreos per minute. The cream's texture and consistency are monitored closely, as even a slight variation can affect the final product. Excess cream is collected and reused, ensuring minimal waste. Packaging process. Now that the Oreos are complete, they move to the packaging zone. Automated systems carefully align the cookies into stacks and place them into plastic trays. These trays are then wrapped in airtight film to preserve freshness. Barcodes and labels are printed on each package, providing essential information for retailers and consumers. The entire process happens so quickly that a single line can package thousands of Oreos in an hour. The packaging process isn't just about speed, it's also about maintaining quality. Each package undergoes a final inspection before it's sealed. This ensures that no crumbs or misaligned cookies make it to the shelves. The airtight wrapping not only preserves freshness, but also protects the biscuits during transportation. Quality control measures. Throughout the manufacturing process, quality control is a top priority. Every batch undergoes multiple checks, from the dough's consistency to the final packaging, to ensure it meets Oreo's high standards. If any defective cookies are found, they are removed from the line and recycled wherever possible. This commitment to quality ensures that every Oreo that reaches your hands is as perfect as the last. Quality control teams use state-of-the-art equipment, including laser scanners and AI-driven systems, to detect imperfections. These systems can identify issues like uneven baking, missing cream, or damaged packaging. Any batch that doesn't meet the standards is flagged for further inspection. Distribution and global reach. Once packaged, Oreos are boxed, loaded onto pallets, and shipped to warehouses worldwide. In the U.S., they are distributed to grocery stores, convenience stores, and even vending machines. Thanks to Nabisco's efficient supply chain, Oreos maintain their signature freshness and flavor, whether they're enjoyed in New York, California, or anywhere in between. The logistics behind Oreo distribution are just as impressive as their production. Trucks equipped with climate control ensure the cookies arrive in perfect condition, regardless of weather. Distribution centers strategically located across the country help reduce transportation times, ensuring Oreos are always fresh. Modern Oreo factories are marvels of technology. Advanced machinery and AI-driven systems streamline production while minimizing waste. Nabisco has also committed to sustainability using recyclable packaging and energy-efficient processes. By reducing their environmental footprint, they're ensuring that future generations can enjoy Oreos guilt-free. One notable innovation is the use of renewable energy sources to power factories. Many Oreo plants now operate partially on solar and wind energy, significantly reducing their carbon footprint. Additionally, Nabisco has partnered with suppliers to source sustainable palm oil, furthering their commitment to environmental responsibility. Fun facts about Oreos. Did you know that if all the Oreos ever made were stacked, they would circle the Earth over 300 times? Or that the double stuff Oreo contains only 1.86 times the cream of a regular Oreo? These fun tidbits highlight just how extraordinary this cookie truly is. And let's not forget, twisting, licking, and dunking is practically a cultural phenomenon in the U.S. Captivating outro. And there you have it, the incredible journey of how millions of Oreos are made every day. From sourcing the finest ingredients to the high-tech machinery that brings it all together, the process is as fascinating as the cookie is delicious. Picture yourself strolling down the condiments aisle in your local grocery store. On the shelves, you see row after row of those familiar red bottles that we Americans just can't live without. Whether you're squeezing it on crispy fries at a backyard barbecue, drizzling it over a juicy burger while watching the big game, or using it as a tangy dipping sauce for your chicken tenders late at night. Tomato ketchup is one of those flavors that instantly makes us feel at home. This stuff is so woven into our culinary DNA that we rarely stop to consider where it really comes from. I mean, we all know it starts with tomatoes, right? But what about the farms where those tomatoes are grown? The specialized seeds, the careful irrigation, the massive processing factory lines, the food processing machines, the high-tech equipment that transforms a simple piece of fruit into this sweet, tangy sauce we adore? Let's pull back the curtain and dive deep into the entire journey, from tiny tomato seeds in a field to the iconic squeeze bottle in your kitchen. Trust me, this ride's going to be wild, packed with flavor, history, American ingenuity, and the kind of behind-the-scenes knowledge that'll make you look at that humble bottle of ketchup in a whole new light. Before we get rolling, don't be shy. If you're digging this kind of content and want to learn more about how your favorite foods move from seed to plate, smash that like button, drop a comment below, and hit that subscribe button so we can keep bringing you more tasty adventures. Your support means the world, and it also helps us justify more road trips to processing factories and farms across the country. Now let's get this ketchup story started. Tomato ketchup has a backstory that goes way beyond your favorite fast food joint. Believe it or not, what we now call ketchup actually has roots in ancient times. The word ketchup might have originated from an old Chinese fermented fish sauce known as ketchup. But don't worry, that distant ancestor is barely recognizable today. As people traveled and traded around the world, different ingredients and flavors merged into new versions of the sauce. Europeans played around with mushrooms, walnuts, and even anchovies to replicate that savory tang. It wasn't until the early 1800s that tomatoes entered the picture. Once Americans got their hands on the red fruit, yes, it's a fruit technically, they realized it could create a sweet and sour balance that was simply irresistible. By the mid-1800s, tomato ketchup started to spread like wildfire across America. Then a certain Pennsylvania entrepreneur named Henry J. Heinz stepped in during the late 19th century, refining the recipe, introducing better preservation methods, and turning tomato ketchup into a household staple. He helped it go from a simple pantry item to an iconic American condiment that would make its way onto burgers, fries, hot dogs, and just about any dish we love to sauce up. But enough about the old days. Let's talk about the here and now. To understand how that tomato transforms into ketchup, you've got to start at the farm. The majority of America's ketchup-bound tomatoes come from places known for their sunny days and fertile soil. Think California's Central Valley, a region that grows a staggering proportion of the nation's tomatoes. These aren't your garden variety slicers you put on a salad. Oh no, ketchup tomatoes are special breeds, often Roma or other paste-type tomatoes, known for their meaty texture and low water content. Farmers who grow these tomatoes are true masters at coaxing the best flavor out of the soil. They start with seeds, specially bred for processing purposes. The seeds are germinated in controlled greenhouses, where young seedlings get just the right combo of warmth, light, and moisture. Once these tiny plants are strong enough to handle the great outdoors, they're transplanted into vast fields. Farming these tomatoes in the American heartland is no easy task. Growers have to deal with shifting weather patterns, unpredictable rain, pests, and soil health issues. Modern farming techniques have evolved to tackle these challenges with drip irrigation systems to ensure each plant gets just the right amount of water, natural pest management strategies to reduce chemical usage, and careful crop rotation to keep the soil rich in nutrients. Farmers rely on a blend of tradition and science, combining tried-and-true methods passed down through generations with cutting-edge agricultural technology that might make your head spin. Some farms even use drones and AI-driven analysis to monitor crop health, which is pretty wild. While these fields might look calm and peaceful from a distance, they're the first big step in a complex supply chain that feeds into the heart of the food processing industry. As the growing season progresses, tomatoes bask in the sun until they reach that perfect moment of ripeness, firm but juicy, with a deep red color and that classic sweet tart flavor. Once harvest time rolls around, the fields become a bustling scene of activity. Large harvesting machines roll through, shaking plants to release the fruit and collecting tomatoes by the ton. This is where the scale of modern agriculture really hits home. We're talking massive quantities of tomatoes, all destined to end up in your ketchup bottle. It's a delicate operation because you need to pick them when their sugar content and flavor profiles are just right. Too early, and the taste isn't there. Too late, and you risk a mushy mess. After harvesting, the tomatoes don't just hang out in the field, they need to get moving, fast. Picture fleets of trucks rolling down highways, each hauling a load of fresh tomatoes that have to reach the factory before they start to degrade. The clock is ticking because tomatoes are perishable. To preserve their quality, the tomatoes often travel in climate-controlled trucks, ensuring they arrive at the factory as fresh as possible. This journey might take a day or two, depending on the distance, but efficiency is everything. The drivers know that every hour matters, and the factories are prepared to receive and process these precious red gems around the clock. As we cross the threshold into the world of processing factories, get ready to be impressed by the sheer scale of what goes on inside these giants. American ketchup factories are marvels of the food processing industry, filled with a mind-boggling array of food factory machines, conveyor belts, vats, stainless steel pipes, and complicated control rooms. This is where the raw fruit meets machinery and technology that's more advanced than you might imagine. We're talking about a full-blown processing factory environment with top-notch food processing equipment carefully designed to handle huge volumes of tomatoes. The building might look unassuming from the outside, but inside, it's like stepping into another world. One brimming with mechanical arms, automated washing stations, optical sorting systems that use lasers or cameras to weed out subpar tomatoes, and industrial cooking stations that can simmer enough tomato pulp to feed a small town. First up is the cleaning and sorting process. The tomatoes are dumped into massive washing tanks filled with clean water. Jets of water and brushes gently scrub away dirt and debris. This isn't your grandma rinsing a few tomatoes at the kitchen sink. This is high-powered sanitation on a huge scale. After washing, the tomatoes pass through sorting machines that use a combination of sensors and sometimes even artificial intelligence-driven sorting to separate the perfectly ripe tomatoes from any that are bruised, underripe, or otherwise flawed. The sorting stage ensures that only the cream of the crop moves forward. This is where the amazing food processing really shows its muscle, and you start appreciating just how much the food processing factory invests in getting things right. It's not just about machines, though. There are human technicians and quality control experts on site, watching monitors and sometimes examining random samples by hand, making sure everything meets rigorous standards. Next, it's time to transform those whole tomatoes into something closer to the ketchup we know and love. The tomatoes are often given a quick heat treatment called blanching. Blanching helps loosen their skins, making it easier to remove unwanted bits later on. After blanching, they're sent through a peeling process. High-tech peeling machines. And yeah, we're talking about food industry machinery that would blow your mind. Strip away skins and discard any stems. What's left is pure tomato flesh. Seeds are then separated through mechanical filters, leaving a thick, rich pulp. This pulp is the beating heart of your future ketchup, a thick red base that will soon become that tangy sauce we crave. The pulping stage marks a turning point. Once the tomatoes have been reduced to pulp, they head into giant cooking vats. Inside these shiny steel kettles, the tomato pulp is gently simmered. Imagine enormous metal vats, bigger than a hot tub, all filled with vibrant red puree. In this process zone, controlled heating helps evaporate excess water, concentrating the tomato solids and developing that signature flavor. Temperature sensors and automated controls keep the heat steady. Quality checks happen frequently. Technicians grab samples, measure pH levels, check sugar content, and ensure the pulp thickens to the right consistency. This is like the early rehearsal stage for your ketchup. The flavors are starting to form, the texture is getting right, but we're not quite there yet. As the cooking continues, it's time for flavor additions. What would ketchup be without its signature sweet and sour notes? In these factories, carefully measured amounts of sugar, vinegar, salt, and spices are added. Some recipes might have onion or garlic powder, maybe a hint of clove, all contributing to that complex savory sweet balance. This step is where each brand's secret formula comes into play. Certain well-established companies have their own proprietary blends of spices, locked away tighter than the codes for a bank vault. The addition of vinegar is crucial. It brings that zing that makes ketchup pop on your tongue. Sugar tempers the acidity, and salt ties it all together. These additions are carefully metered by advanced food processing technology, ensuring batch-to-batch consistency. In many cases, AI-driven systems help maintain consistency across millions of bottles, making this a true masterpiece of the food processing industry. Once the seasoned pulp has thickened to the right consistency and all the flavors have melded together, the mixture goes through pasteurization. This heating step kills off any lingering microorganisms, giving the ketchup a longer shelf life. Modern processing factories rely on heat exchangers and closed processing systems that keep contamination at bay. It's a balancing act between cooking the product enough to ensure safety and not overcooking it, which could dull the bright tomato flavor. The result is a stable ketchup base that's now ready to become the final product you recognize on store shelves. We're now about halfway through this journey, and speaking of which, if you haven't already, now's a great time to show some love. Hit that like button if you're enjoying this deep dive into the world of tomato ketchup, toss a comment down below if you've learned something new, and subscribe to keep up with our next factory adventure. Your support helps us bring you more real talk about what's on your plate. Okay, back to the ketchup. At this stage, the ketchup is tested like a prized wine. Technicians check viscosity, color, taste, and aroma. This quality control stage is the final gatekeeper before bottling. If anything's off, adjustments are made on the spot. Sometimes a tweak in sugar or vinegar levels or a subtle change in cooking temperature can bring the batch back in line. Some factories conduct taste panels. Yes, a group of trained tasters who spend their day evaluating ketchup. Not a bad gig, right? Once the panel gives the thumbs up, it's on to packaging. Bottling lines are a sight to behold. Imagine a sleek assembly line where empty bottles zoom into a filling machine that accurately dispenses the ketchup at lightning speed. Modern food processing equipment ensures that each bottle gets the precise amount, leaving no room for messy overflows or short fills. The bottles move down the line, get capped, sealed, and labeled in a blur of mechanical precision. High-speed labelers apply those familiar wrappers, complete with nutritional info, branding, barcodes, and maybe even a quirky tagline. From there, quality checks are performed once again, scanning for proper seals and making sure the packaging is on point. The entire process is a ballet of automation, robots and specialized machinery working seamlessly, guided by engineers and technicians who keep a watchful eye on the line. Once sealed, the bottles head to a warehouse where they're packed into cartons and stacked on pallets. Distribution trucks will ferry them to grocery stores, diners, burger joints, and restaurant chains all over the country. By the time you grab a bottle off the shelf, it has already traveled a long and carefully orchestrated journey from seed to factory to store, ensuring each squeeze delivers that perfect balance of sweet and tangy flavors. An important part of this story lies in the sustainability efforts that many American ketchup producers are embracing. Over the years, the industry has recognized that large-scale farming and intensive factory operations have an environmental impact. Farms now use drip irrigation and integrated pest management to reduce water waste and minimize chemical use. Factories invest in energy-efficient systems, heat recovery technology, and waste treatment solutions to shrink their environmental footprint. Some even integrate AI and machine learning to optimize energy consumption and reduce losses. Packaging is evolving too, with more recyclable materials and a push to reduce plastic usage. These eco-friendly approaches show that the ketchup industry isn't just about making good sauce. It's about ensuring that future generations can enjoy it without exhausting our planet's resources. On top of sustainability, there's a whole world of innovations stirring in the ketchup world. Startups and research labs experiment with new ingredients and methods to create healthier, more flavorful ketchup. Some are exploring low-sugar variants or adding antioxidants. Others are tinkering with novel spices or umami boosters. There's even talk of using fermentation or other natural techniques to deepen flavor complexity. This dynamic environment keeps ketchup relevant in a world where culinary trends shift rapidly. Imagine one day we might have AI-crafted ketchup recipes designed to perfectly complement specific dishes or dietary preferences. It's a brave new world where food technology and flavor science converge, pushing the boundaries of what we consider classic condiments. We've covered a lot of ground, from ancient fish sauces to modern-day AI-assisted processing lines. But at its heart, ketchup is still about taking something simple, tomatoes, and transforming it into something extraordinary. The difference is all in the details. The careful breeding of tomato varieties, the gentle tending of fields under the American sun, the swift transportation to keep flavors fresh, the intricate machines that peel, crush, cook, and package, and the dedicated humans who taste, test, and tweak until that bright, familiar flavor emerges. Now, as we near the end of our journey, let's not forget why we embarked on this adventure in the first place. It's easy to take that red bottle for granted, but it represents centuries of culinary evolution, decades of agricultural and industrial innovation, and a whole lot of human effort. From the farmer's hands planting seeds to the engineers designing food industry machines, from the quality control testers making sure the consistency is just right. The truck drivers delivering cases of bottles across state lines, everyone plays a role in bringing that ketchup to your table. That's a story worth appreciating next time you drizzle ketchup over your fries. Before we wrap up, it's time for one last call to action, folks. If you've stuck around this long, you're clearly as fascinated by the world of food processing factories as we are. Show us some love, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, toss a comment below about what blew your mind, or just smash that like button if you learned a few things. Every interaction counts, helping us keep this channel growing and bringing you more deep dives into the foods you love. So there you have it, the full rundown of how tomato ketchup is made in a factory, starting from a tiny seed planted in a sun-kissed field to that final squeeze you love to add to just about any dish. It's a journey that blends old-school farming wisdom with cutting-edge food processing technology. It's a testament to American innovation and global culinary exchange. Next time you enjoy a hot plate of fries, take a moment to appreciate the complex dance behind that simple red sauce. The world of tomato ketchup is bigger, brighter, and way more interesting than you might have thought. It's an everyday miracle that reminds us how the simplest things on our plates often have the most extraordinary stories hidden inside.
You know that satisfying sound when a sausage hits a hot grill? That sizzle? It's the sound of deliciousness. But have you ever stopped to wonder how that humble sausage made its way from farm to table? The story of sausage making is more than just meat, spices, and a casing. It's a fascinating blend of history, craftsmanship, and modern technology. Today, we're peeling back the curtain to show you how millions of sausages are produced in state-of-the-art factories. Sausages are as old as humanity's love for food. These savory links of flavor have been a staple in diets across the globe for thousands of years. But in the modern world, where we demand speed and scale, sausage production has become a marvel of industrial ingenuity. Stick around, and we'll show you how the journey starts on the farm, moves to massive factories, and ends with perfectly packaged links ready for your plate. Let's start with a bit of history. Sausages date back over 4,000 years, with records showing their presence in ancient Mesopotamia, Greece, and Rome. Back then, sausages were a clever way to preserve meat, especially the less glamorous cuts, by stuffing it into casings made from animal intestines. Over time, different cultures added their own twists with spices and herbs. Fast forward to the Industrial Revolution, and sausage making underwent a transformation. Machines began to take over the labor-intensive processes, making it possible to produce sausages on a large scale. Today, we're at the pinnacle of efficiency, where factories churn out millions of sausages daily using cutting-edge technology. But before we dive into the factory, let's head to the farm, where every sausage begins its life. Sausage making starts long before the factory. It begins on farms where livestock are raised and where essential seasonings and herbs are grown. The quality of the ingredients is what separates a mediocre sausage from a mouthwatering one. For most sausages, the primary ingredient is pork, but beef, chicken, and turkey are also popular. Farmers rear animals in well-maintained facilities to ensure top-quality meat. These farms prioritize the animal's health, feeding them a balanced diet to achieve the right fat-to-meat ratio. Why is this important? Because that ratio determines the sausage's juiciness and flavor. Many farmers also follow sustainable practices, like minimizing waste and using ethical rearing techniques. The result? High-quality meat ready to be transformed into something magical. Here's a fun fact. The spices that flavor your sausages might have traveled thousands of miles. Paprika from Spain, garlic from California, and black pepper from India are just a few examples of the global spice trade at work. Factories source these seasonings from farms around the world, ensuring a consistent and bold flavor profile. Once the livestock is ready and the spices are harvested, it's time to send everything to the factory. The journey from the farm to the processing plant is carefully controlled, with refrigerated trucks keeping the meat fresh and spices aromatic. And that brings us to the heart of our story, the factory floor. Modern sausage factories are nothing short of technological marvels. Imagine massive facilities bustling with activity, machines whirring, conveyor belts rolling, and workers ensuring every link meets the highest standards. Let's break down the process step by step. As the ingredients arrive at the factory, the first order of business is inspection. The meat is checked for quality, ensuring it meets strict standards. This step is critical because only the freshest and most suitable cuts make it into the grinder. Spices and other ingredients are also tested to ensure they meet the factory specifications. Once sorted, the meat heads to industrial grinders. These machines are massive, capable of processing thousands of pounds of meat per hour. The grinders break down the meat into a fine, even texture, creating the base for the sausage mixture. Fun fact, the grinding process also determines the sausage's texture. Fine for hot dogs, coarse for bratwurst. Now it's time to add the magic. The ground meat is transferred to mixers, where spices, seasonings, and other ingredients are added. Imagine gigantic bowls where the meat and spices are combined to create a flavorful blend. This step is like the seasoning phase in your kitchen, just on a massive scale. For some sausages, additional ingredients like breadcrumbs, cheese, or vegetables are added at this stage. Every ingredient is carefully measured to ensure consistent flavor in every bite. For sausages like hot dogs, the mixture goes through an additional step called emulsification. This process involves blending the meat mixture into a smooth paste-like consistency. High-speed machines take care of this, ensuring the sausage will have that signature uniform texture. Here comes the fun part, stuffing. The sausage mixture is fed into machines that fill casings at lightning speed. These machines are incredibly precise, ensuring each sausage is perfectly uniform in size and shape. Casings can be natural, made from animal intestines, or synthetic, made from collagen or cellulose, depending on the type of sausage being produced. Once stuffed, the sausages are twisted into individual links. High-speed machines handle this task, twisting thousands of sausages per minute. This step is mesmerizing to watch. Imagine a conveyor belt of sausages twisting and turning in perfect synchronization. Depending on the type of sausage, the links are either cooked, smoked, or both. Massive ovens cook the sausages to a precise temperature, ensuring they're safe to eat. For smoked varieties, the sausages are placed in smokehouses where wood chips add a rich, smoky flavor. After cooking or smoking, the sausages are rapidly cooled to lock in freshness. This step is crucial for maintaining quality and ensuring the sausages are ready for packaging. Before packaging, the sausages go through rigorous quality checks. Advanced scanning systems detect imperfections, while taste testers ensure the flavor is spot on. Factories take pride in their quality control measures, ensuring only the best sausages make it to store shelves. With the sausages ready, it's time for the final steps: packaging and distribution. Modern packaging lines are a sight to behold. Sausages are vacuum sealed to maintain freshness, and packages are labeled with all the necessary details, including nutritional information and expiration dates. Some factories also use biodegradable packaging, catering to eco-conscious consumers. Once packaged, the sausages are stored in temperature-controlled warehouses before being shipped to retailers, restaurants, and food trucks. The logistics involved are impressive. Millions of sausages are distributed daily, ensuring they're always available when you crave them. Did you know that sausages have over 1,000 varieties worldwide? From spicy chorizo to smoky kielbasa, there's a sausage for everyone. The longest sausage ever made stretched over 62 miles. Talk about a world record. In America, hot dogs are a summer favorite, with July 4th being the peak day for consumption. From humble beginnings on the farm to sizzling on your plate, the journey of a sausage is nothing short of extraordinary. It's a testament to human ingenuity, blending tradition with modern technology. So, the next time you enjoy a sausage, take a moment to appreciate the incredible effort that went into making it. If you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We've got plenty more fascinating factory tours coming your way. Share your favorite sausage recipe in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.
Ever wondered what it takes to make the iconic hamburger? Whether it's sizzling on the backyard grill or part of your favorite fast food meal, hamburgers are one of the most beloved foods in America. But behind every perfect bite, there's an incredible journey that begins long before the patty hits the bun. In this video, we're taking you behind the scenes to show you how your favorite burgers are mass-produced in a factory. From raw beef to a sizzling patty, crispy lettuce, and those fluffy golden buns, you'll see just how amazing food processing machines and technology work together to create America's most popular sandwich. Trust me, it's not just about beef, it's a science of its own. Before we dive in, if you're a fan of seeing how your food is made, go ahead and hit that like button, drop a comment, and of course, subscribe so you never miss a bite of the action. The origins of the hamburger. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty of how hamburgers are made in factories, let's take a step back and look at where it all began. You may be surprised to know that the history of the hamburger stretches back to the late 19th century. Though hamburgers are a quintessential American food, their origins can be traced to German immigrants who brought their culinary traditions to the U.S. The term hamburger comes from the German city of Hamburg, known for its seasoned, minced beef patties. But it wasn't until American ingenuity met the mass production needs of the 20th century that hamburgers became what they are today. Popularized in the early 1900s by fast food pioneers like White Castle and later McDonald's, the hamburger quickly became an American icon. Fast food revolutionized how we think about hamburgers, turning them from a homemade delicacy into a product that could be mass-produced for millions to enjoy daily. Today, factories across the U.S. churn out millions of hamburgers a day, using cutting-edge technology to ensure consistency, flavor, and speed. The ingredients, farm to factory. Now, let's break down the core of any good burger, the ingredients. It all starts with the beef, which usually comes from farms across the country. These farms raise cattle specifically for food processing, and the process of transforming this raw beef into a factory-made hamburger begins here. Once the cattle are processed, the beef is transported to food processing factories, where it's inspected for quality by the USDA. Only the highest quality beef makes it through, as these factories are required to meet strict standards to ensure that the final product is safe and delicious. Inside the factory, the beef is cut into manageable portions, and the trimming process begins. This is where excess fat and bone are removed, leaving only the lean meat that will be ground down into the perfect hamburger patty. To give the burgers their signature flavor, seasoning like salt, pepper, and other spices are mixed into the meat using massive food processing machines that can handle thousands of pounds of beef at a time. Grinding and shaping the patties. After the beef is seasoned, the next step is grinding. Large grinding machines transform the seasoned beef into a fine mixture, perfect for forming hamburger patties. Unlike your home kitchen, where you might use a small meat grinder, factory food processing machines are designed to grind hundreds of pounds of meat every minute. These machines ensure that every batch of ground beef is consistent in texture and flavor. Once the meat is finely ground, it's time to form the patties. The ground beef moves down a conveyor belt and into a patty-forming machine. This incredible piece of machinery automatically divides the ground beef into perfectly sized portions and presses them into uniform, circular patties. Each patty weighs exactly the same, typically around 4 to 6 ounces, ensuring that the cooking process will be consistent across the board. It's a well-oiled system, literally. These machines are designed to function efficiently, producing hundreds of burger patties every minute. And because of their speed and precision, the hamburgers you eat from fast food chains or buy at the grocery store will always be the same, every single time. Now that the patties are formed, it's time for what many consider the best part, the cooking. But how do factories cook thousands of burgers so quickly without sacrificing flavor or juiciness? The answer lies in the sophisticated grilling equipment used in food factories. The patties travel through what's called a grill zone, a large conveyor belt with industrial-sized grills underneath. These grills mimic the backyard grilling experience, but on a much larger scale. The patties are seared on high heat to lock in the juices, giving them that delicious, crispy outer layer that burger lovers crave. To ensure even cooking, the patties pass through different process zones. These are stages where the cooking temperature is controlled, ensuring the meat cooks thoroughly while still retaining its moisture. As the patties sizzle away, a steam system may be employed to help keep the burgers juicy. In some factories, a secondary cooking process takes place where the patties are lightly steamed to ensure that every bite is moist and flavorful. Cooling and packaging the patties. Once the patties are fully cooked, they need to cool down quickly to maintain freshness and prevent bacterial growth. In the cooling zone, conveyor belts carry the patties through a temperature-controlled area where they cool rapidly but evenly. It's a crucial step. Too fast, and the burgers dry out. Too slow, and they could spoil. Next comes the packaging process. Using advanced food processing technology, each patty is placed into airtight packaging to preserve its freshness. This ensures that the burger you eventually eat will taste just as good as the moment it came off the grill. Modern packaging machines are a marvel of efficiency, capable of sealing hundreds of patties per minute. And let's not forget labeling. Each package is labeled with the necessary nutritional information, the date it was packaged, and a lot number for tracking. These steps are essential to maintaining food safety standards, ensuring that consumers can trust the product they're purchasing. The buns. From dough to oven. A burger isn't complete without the bun, right? After all, it's what holds everything together. In hamburger factories, bun making is a whole process in itself. It starts with the dough, which is prepared in massive mixing machines capable of handling hundreds of pounds of ingredients at once. The dough is mixed with yeast, flour, sugar, and water to form the perfect burger bun base. Once the dough is mixed, it's portioned into individual bun shapes by, you guessed it, another food processing machine. These dough portions are placed on large baking sheets and sent down the line into enormous ovens that bake thousands of buns in a single batch. Each bun is baked to golden perfection, ensuring it's fluffy on the inside but sturdy enough to hold that juicy patty without falling apart. After baking, the buns go through a quick cooling process similar to the patties before they're packaged and sent off to meet their beefy counterparts. assembly, putting it all together. Now comes the fun part, putting the entire hamburger together. This step is all about automation. The patties and buns are brought together on an assembly line, where machines carefully place the patties onto the buns. If the burger is being made for a fast food chain, machines will also add toppings like lettuce, tomato, and cheese. Condiments like ketchup and mustard are applied using precision nozzles, ensuring just the right amount of sauce goes on each burger. The finished burgers are then wrapped or boxed ready for distribution. This highly efficient assembly process allows factories to produce thousands of hamburgers in a short amount of time, all while maintaining consistency and quality. Final packaging and distribution. With the hamburgers assembled and ready, they're packaged for distribution. Large packaging machines place the burgers in boxes or wrappers, which are then sealed to keep them fresh during transport. Factories often use special packaging designed to keep the burgers warm, especially if they're being delivered directly to fast food restaurants. From there, the burgers are loaded onto refrigerated trucks and distributed across the country. Whether they're heading to fast food chains, grocery stores, or even school cafeterias, these burgers are kept at the perfect temperature to ensure they're fresh and ready to enjoy by the time they reach the consumer. So, there you have it. From farm to factory, we've taken a deep dive into how hamburgers are made, revealing the incredible technology and machines that make it possible to produce millions of hamburgers every day. From the grinding of the beef to the perfect baking of the buns, this process is a well-oiled machine, just like the burgers themselves. If you're loving these behind-the-scenes looks at how your favorite foods are made, don't forget to subscribe for more. Drop us a comment about what food you'd like to see next. Innovations in hamburger production. Now, let's talk a little about some of the innovations happening in the world of hamburger production. As more consumers become interested in health and sustainability, factories are evolving to meet those demands. For instance, AI and automation are now being used to improve quality control and reduce food waste in factories. These advanced systems monitor everything from ingredient quality to the exact temperature of the grills. And let's not forget about the rise of plant-based burgers, which are becoming more popular in the market. Factories are adapting their processes to produce alternatives like veggie burgers, using the same high-tech machinery to ensure they taste just as good as the real thing. Thanks for joining us on this burger-filled journey. If you enjoyed seeing how hamburgers are made, be sure to give this video a like, drop a comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing Food Factory content. We'll catch you in the next one.
Have you ever wondered how your favorite ice cream makes its way from the dairy farm to your freezer? It's not just about blending milk and sugar and calling it a day. There's a whole process, a cold and creamy journey involving massive machinery, high-tech processing zones, and intricate techniques to create the perfect scoop. If you think it's all done by hand, think again. We're taking you into the heart of a mega ice cream factory where machines churn out thousands of gallons of ice cream a day. Get ready to dive into a process as cool as the dessert itself. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of ice cream production, don't forget to hit that like button, comment below, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing behind-the-scenes food processing videos. Let's rewind for a moment and look back at the origins of ice cream. Believe it or not, this frozen treat has a history as rich as its creamy texture. It's said that early forms of ice cream were enjoyed by the ancient Chinese and Persians, who mixed snow with fruit and honey. But it wasn't until much later, in the 18th century, that ice cream made its way to America, where it became a massive hit. George Washington and Thomas Jefferson were among the first American fans of ice cream, and since then, it has been a staple dessert in homes across the U.S. Fast forward to today, and ice cream is an over $13 billion industry in the U.S. alone. But how does it go from a simple idea to a product that's mass-produced in factories? Let's break it down. The journey of ice cream begins far from the factory, in the green fields of dairy farms. Milk and cream are the foundational ingredients of any ice cream, and the US has no shortage of fresh dairy products, with over 9 million dairy cows producing milk across the country. In an ice cream factory, this fresh milk is delivered daily, often within hours of being collected from the farms. Once the milk and cream arrive at the factory, they're stored in large, refrigerated tanks, ensuring they remain fresh until the production process begins. But ice cream isn't just milk and cream. It's also sugar, flavorings, and inclusions like chocolate chips or nuts. Factories often work with local suppliers to source high-quality ingredients. Whether it's vanilla from Madagascar, strawberries from California, or cacao from South America, these ingredients play a key role in the flavor and texture of the final product. As the ingredients arrive, they're checked for quality, ensuring everything meets strict food industry standards. Mixing the ingredients. Once the ingredients are sourced, it's time for them to come together. In the heart of the ice cream factory, massive mixers, far more powerful than your standard kitchen appliance, combine milk, cream, sugar, and other flavorings. These mixers are built for efficiency, churning out hundreds of gallons of ice cream base in minutes. It's a process that requires precision. Too much or too little of any ingredient could throw off the entire batch. Temperature control is crucial here. The mix has to stay between 36 degrees Fahrenheit and 40 degrees Fahrenheit to keep the dairy fat stable and ensure the sugar dissolves properly. Advanced machines ensure this delicate balance, blending the ingredients until they form a smooth, consistent base. Once the base is mixed, the magic of ice cream starts to unfold. But we're just getting started. Before any ice cream base can be turned into that delicious frozen treat, it must undergo pasteurization. This process ensures that harmful bacteria are eliminated without affecting the flavor of the ingredients. In this step, the mixture is heated to around 180 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 seconds, then rapidly cooled back down. Pasteurization is key to making sure your ice cream is safe to eat, adhering to strict FDA guidelines here in the US. This critical step protects consumers from any potential foodborne illnesses and keeps the ice cream fresh longer without the need for artificial preservatives. The next step in the process is homogenization. During this stage, the fat molecules in the mixture are broken down into smaller particles, ensuring the mixture has a uniform texture and flavor. If this step is skipped, the fat in the cream can separate, leading to an inconsistent product. Homogenization guarantees that every scoop of ice cream will have that smooth, rich texture we all love. In a factory, this is done using specialized machines that apply high pressure to the mix, forcing it through tiny valves that evenly distribute the fat molecules. This is a crucial moment, as it's where the creaminess of the ice cream is locked in. After the homogenization process, the mixture is sent to aging tanks where it rests for up to 24 hours. This might sound like a lazy step, but it's essential. Aging allows the flavors to meld together and the fat in the mix to crystallize, which gives the ice cream its perfect creamy consistency. The mixture is kept at a cool 40 degrees Fahrenheit during this period, and large stainless steel tanks help maintain the temperature to ensure the quality of the product. It's here where patience is key. Rushing this step could lead to a grainy texture in the final product. Once the base mix has aged, it's time to add the fun stuff. This is where the ice cream starts to take on its distinct personality, with flavorings like vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, or even more adventurous options like salted caramel or cookies and cream. Factories use giant vats of flavorings which are carefully measured and blended into the base mix. But it doesn't stop there. Inclusions, think chocolate chips, cookie dough, or nuts, are added at this stage, giving the ice cream its signature texture. Special machinery is used to evenly distribute these mix-ins so that every bite is packed with flavor. Now we're getting to the part where the mixture transforms from a creamy liquid to the ice cream we know and love. The mix is pumped into continuous freezers where it's churned and rapidly frozen. The temperature here drops to an icy -22 degrees Fahrenheit, and air is whipped into the mixture to give it that light, fluffy texture. Without this step, you'd end up with a rock-hard block of ice instead of creamy, scoopable ice cream. Factories use cutting-edge machines that can churn out thousands of gallons of ice cream in just a few hours. And the best part, you can create different textures of ice cream by controlling the amount of air mixed in. For example, premium ice creams have less air and a denser texture, while more budget-friendly versions have more air whipped in. Speaking of texture, what's your favorite type of ice cream? Do you prefer it dense and rich or light and fluffy? Let us know in the comments. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe for more food factory breakdowns. Once the ice cream has been churned and frozen, it's ready to be packaged. Massive automated machines fill pint-sized containers, quarts, and even industrial-sized tubs with precision. These machines work fast. Factories can fill and package over 20,000 pints of ice cream per hour. The filled containers then pass through a metal detector to ensure no foreign objects made their way into the product during the process. Once cleared, the containers are sealed, labeled, and prepped for the next step in the journey. Although the ice cream is already frozen, it still needs to go through one more critical step: hardening. This is where blast freezers come into play. The filled containers are placed in these massive freezers where the temperature is dropped even further to -40 degrees Fahrenheit. This locks in the ice cream's texture and ensures that it's fully solidified before hitting store shelves. Blast freezers work by blowing cold air across the ice cream containers at high speeds, rapidly dropping the temperature and ensuring that the ice cream doesn't develop any ice crystals, which can affect both taste and texture. Now that the ice cream is hardened and ready, it goes through rigorous quality control checks. Samples are taken from every batch to ensure that the flavor, texture, and overall quality meet the factory's high standards. Quality control teams test for things like consistency, sweetness, and the distribution of inclusions. Not only does the factory ensure the ice cream tastes great, but it also has to meet safety and regulatory standards. The FDA has strict guidelines for the production of ice cream, and these checks ensure that every pint is up to code. Once the ice cream has passed quality control, it's ready to be shipped. Trucks equipped with refrigeration units transport the ice cream to grocery stores, ice cream parlors, and restaurants all over the country. These trucks maintain the cold chain, keeping the ice cream frozen at all times to prevent it from melting or losing its texture. In recent years, many companies have also started focusing on sustainability in their shipping practices, using eco-friendly trucks and reducing carbon emissions wherever possible. And there you have it, the full journey of how ice cream is made, from fresh dairy on the farm to the final scoop in your cone. It's a complex process, but one that's worth it for that perfect creamy, sweet, and refreshing treat. Before you go, make sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an inside look into the world of food processing. Drop a comment below on what your favorite ice cream flavor is, and we'll see you in the next video.